A few days ago, we saw Helena Taylor accuse Platinum Games of offering her only $4,000 to voice Bayonetta in the third game, which of course seemed like a massive insult to her work, and it sparked a massive conversation about how little voice actors get paid, but now new reports are releasing, and many people are calling her a liar since it seems like she was offered 4 times the initial amount that she claimed. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I wanted to reference this Bounding into Comics article because it sums up the timeline of events pretty well. It says former Bayonetta voice actress Helena Taylor shuts down claims she was offered $15,000 to reprise the role. It is an absolute lie and a complete joke. So, initially, Taylor made the claims that Platinum Games made an insulting offer to voice the role, which prompted Taylor to write Bayonetta creator asking what I'm worth. Kamiya offered high praise in reply, but this was allegedly followed by a final offer to do the whole game as a buyout at a flat rate was $4,000 US, and she said, "This is an insult to me." Now, when I initially covered the situation, this sounded terrible. $4,000 for a game that is in a franchise that has made over $500 million. It just sounded like an absurd amount. And of course, when we hear claims like that, we initially believe them. And we also had the game director come out and basically attack her, call her a liar. He actually ended up blocking a lot of people and then deactivating his Twitter account, so it seemed very unprofessional on his side. Like, he was angry she came out and spoke about it, which of course lended to us believing her, but now it's being claimed that she was offered 4 to 5 times that initial $4,000 offer she said that she got. It says, as such, Taylor asked fans to boycott Bayonetta 3 and instead spend the money that you would have spent on this game donating it to charity. Now, a lot of people did find this pretty suspicious that she was asking for a massive boycott to this game only a couple of weeks before release. If she was this upset, you'd think that she would have came out months ago. But again, when a voice actor comes out and says that they're not being paid fairly, it's pretty believable simply because voice actors have not always been paid fairly. But the situation has gotten pretty messy now, because the voice actress's claim was soon brought into question by former Kotaku writer and now Bloomberg scribe Jason Schreier in an October 16th expose, who asserted that according to 2 people familiar with the negotiations as well as documentation reviewed by Bloomberg, allegedly, Platinum Games wanted Taylor to voice her once more, and 3 people familiar with the game's production asserted the cost of voice acting had increased for Bayonetta 3, as Platinum Games this time relied on unionized actors. This meant that they would be paid a minimum of $900 for a single 4-hour session, as stipulated by the SAG-AFTRA Interactive Media Agreement. But it says, according to Schreier's report, Taylor was reportedly offered $3,000 to $4,000 per hour across 5 sessions. In other words, a total of at least $15,000 or $750 per hour across 20 hours. Now, when we are hearing this number, the situation changes drastically, because that does seem like a pretty fair amount. Again, maybe she wanted more. Maybe she looked at the numbers that she previously got and said, this is still not a high enough increase for me. But a 15,000 number compared to a 4,000 number is very different in the eyes of consumers. $15,000 for 20 hours worth of work, I mean, it doesn't seem like that bad of an amount, especially when you're a voice actor. Now, of course, again, we do not know what is the truth here, because she actually came out and said, no, this is just a massive lie. Now, of course, she did come out and deny all of these claims, and she stated any suggestion she was offered more than $4,000 was categorically untrue, and that it could have been $15,000 was an absolute lie and a complete joke. She said, I'd quite like to put this in the rearview mirror and leave the whole bloody franchise behind, so I think I'll let my videos stand. I spoke the truth. Now, the problem I have here is that you've got her saying it was $4,000, then two other sources saying it was $4,000 per session and there was 4 to 5 sessions, yet there is no proof on either side. Bloomberg said that they saw internal documents, yet of course they didn't share them with us, and Helena Taylor didn't show us any kind of evidence for her claims either. Obviously, I get that she would face legal trouble if she put out the written contract they offered her, but at this point, unless we have some sort of solid evidence from her or even these journalists, I don't particularly believe either side, and I know a lot of other people feel very conflicted about the situation. And Jennifer Hale, the new voice actress for Bayonetta, did come out and make a brief statement, but of course she said that she was under NDA, she couldn't really talk about it, and she hopes that both sides come together and make some sort of agreement and end up on friendly terms with each other. She, of course, doesn't have really a say in if Helena Taylor gets to voice Bayonetta again or not. She's just a voice actress who is paid for her job, which I completely understand. But a big point that I did bring up in my previous video was Jennifer Hale is a massive voice actress. I mean, she is one of the most well-known female voice actors in the gaming industry and also in anime. So you would think that she wouldn't take a job for $4,000 either, and she must have been paid a pretty hefty fee for this game because she is such a well-known voice actress. So something isn't lining up here, and I just really wish that we knew the truth, but I don't think we'll ever know the full story. I know a lot of people said that they were planning to boycott this game, and if you still feel strongly about that, obviously go for it. It is your choice. I didn't plan to boycott the game, and I will not be boycotting it. I will be streaming it on launch weekend so that I can show it to you guys, but if you do decide to boycott it, you can definitely stop by the stream, see the content, see what the game is all about before you maybe buy it, or if you just want to experience it with other people. That is why I stream a lot of controversial games, just because I feel like a lot of people don't want to spend their hard-earned money on it, so you can at least watch it with our community. But I know a lot of people are very conflicted on the situation right now. While I think that Jennifer Hale will do a fine job as Bayonetta, I am going to miss Helena Taylor. She was an amazing voice actress. I mean, she is Bayonetta, and it is very disappointing to see her go, to see her not voice this character anymore. We'll have to see how the game turns out. I still hope that it's a good product overall, but there's definitely a lot of drama and a lot of controversy surrounding the situation right now. And honestly, again, I don't really believe either side. I don't think that she was being honest when she said she was offered $4,000, but I don't really know if the $15,000 offer was also true. Maybe it was in the middle. Maybe it was around like $8,000 to $10,000, but I'm sure at this point that we will unfortunately never know the full truth. But that's all that I had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.